What is up, everybody? It is Wick here, and I've got a bunch of things to show you today that I've sold on eBay. These are all things that you can look for out in the wild at garage sales, thrift stores, rummage sales, everywhere. Pick them up, make some money. I believe most of these sales are my January, maybe some February sales. January and February were amazing this year, better than December, which is crazy. March has not been that great in sales, but I got the video edited to be a fast format, give you a lot of information. As always, if you enjoy this type of video, please hit the like button for me. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you are subscribed, but let's jump into it. Here is a great flip. I sold this Tornado Rex vintage game. Sold it for $350 plus shipping. Took about a month to sell. Paid $125 for it. After fees, I think I made right around $150. I know fees were like $48 on this. Hate to see it go because it's a really cool piece and I just love selling this kind of stuff. If I would have had some sort of childhood attachment to this, there'd be no way I'd sell it. It'd be up on a shelf right now, but luckily I don't. I was able to sell it for $350. Here's an incredible shoe sale. I got these Allen Edmonds shoes at a Goodwill for $5. They're in really good condition. They do have some wear, some little scrapes, some wear on the bottom, but otherwise just great condition. Comps on these, well, they're anywhere from like $70 to over $200. I kind of just priced mine in the middle at $125 and they sold within 24 hours. You just never know with shoes because it could just be somebody's size popped up and they were just waiting to buy them. Another size, they might not have sold for $125 for another year. You just never know. Here is just a really awesome flip. This vintage 1981 Garfield wall phone. Got this at Goodwill for only $6. I may have sold it for a little bit less than what I should have. What I noticed a couple of days before I listed this one sold for, I think it was $516 on auction, but it was new in box. But I priced mine $250 plus shipping and it sold in 2 days. I probably should have priced it maybe $499. Like I always say, you can price high and then lower the price later, but anyway, phenomenal flip. Here are the three wise men from a Thomas Kincaid nativity scene. Got this at Goodwill, I think $15. It's been about a year now. Been parting it out. I've sold a lot of pieces over the last year. Definitely been in the profit. And I sold these three for $50 plus shipping. Sold the last of these smart dimmer switches. Got these at Goodwill. Got a couple of them for $7.99. Sold the last one for $70 plus shipping. They both sold in less than 2 weeks. And I made great profit on them. Here is a Yonex tennis racket. Got this at Goodwill for only $2.99. Priced at $100 plus shipping and it sold within 2 days. Maybe could have priced it a little higher. I almost priced it $120. But there are some scrapes up here, so I just said, 100's fine. Paying $2.99, I made some incredible profit. Yonex rackets, they always sell great. Here's an incredible flip. These Doc Martens steel-toed work shoes with the flames, brand new in box. I was at a garage sale and I was noticing this sale, everything was priced really high. And eventually I came across these shoes, I opened them up and I thought to myself, these are just going to be too high. They weren't priced. The guy looks over at me and he says, $3 if you want those shoes. I said, well, for $3, I'll take them. It's just weird that everything else was priced so high and these brand new Doc Martens, he only wanted $3 for them. But I was able to sell them for $115 plus shipping. And it took about 5 or 6 months to sell, I believe. So not bad at all. Here's a nice flip. This Ferrari 27 Radio Shack vintage RC car. Got this at an estate sale for $5. Sold it for $50 plus shipping. Took about a week and a half to sell. Sold the last of these Yadro cats I got at a sale for a couple dollars. 3 different cats. I've already sold the other 2. This one sold for $45 plus shipping. And it took about 4 or 5 months to sell. Here's a new open box thermostat. Got this at Goodwill for $5. Priced at $30 and it took about a week to sell. Not bad. So I got these years ago. I actually got them at a Menards on clearance. Very rare I go into Menards anymore to really look for clearance just because I don't find a whole lot. I feel like I can spend my time at other places. But I ended up buying these. They went into the death pile in storage for some reason. Who knows? I think I was going to sell them on Amazon or something like that. 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years go by. I see them there and I'm like, I just need to get these listed. What am I doing? I'm pretty sure I paid $5 a piece for them, and I sold one finally for $30 plus shipping after I got it listed. It took about 3-4 months for one to sell. Happy to see it go and can't wait until the last one sells. And I sold the last one of these VitaPure filters. Took less than 24 hours for the other one to sell. Love when that happens. They've been sitting for 5 or 6 months, so glad to see both of them gone. $30 plus shipping. Here are 2 board games that came from the big board game lot, war strategy game lot I got. Paid $440 for all 25 games. Sold this one for $90 plus shipping and this one for $75 plus shipping. Took less than a week to sell. Got these solar battery packs for hunting cameras, I believe they're for. Got a bunch of these at Lowe's for $20 on clearance. Kind of funny because I sold one fairly quick and then months went by, I didn't sell any, and I just happened to notice when I was going through some of my inventory that the rest of them weren't listed, so I must have not put in the correct quantity. It's good to do inventory every now and then just to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen. Anyway, somebody bought 2 of these for $50 a piece plus shipping. I think I'm down to only 2 left. Got this KitchenAid food grinder at a rummage sale. I think I paid $1 for it, maybe $2. Sold it for $20 plus shipping. It took about 4 months to sell. Here's a hat I sold. I may have priced this too low. It sold immediately. Paid $5 for it, sold it for $30. Now, when I was looking at these starter Cincinnati Reds caps, this exact one was listed. I think the cheapest was $35. There were no actual sales for this model. So when I was listing it, I'm like, well, I'll price it $5 cheaper than the lowest price. It'll probably take a while to sell since none of the others have sold. And well, it sold immediately, so maybe I missed something. I don't know. Just one of those weird things. Still, I made some good profit on it in the end. Sold this Omen DVD set for $70. Took about 7 or 8 months to sell. Here's this My Scene doll lot. Got this for $8 to $10 at Salvation Army or Goodwill. I can't even remember now. It's kind of like the Mattel's version of Bratz. There's a few dolls in here, some accessories, but I was able to get $100 plus shipping for it. Took about 3 months to sell. These typically sell better than Barbies, really, just because they're more rare. Here's a Care Bears DVD and plush vintage. Got this a long time ago. It's been probably 3 or 4 years, it feels like. At a Goodwill for like $1.99. It's got some packaging wear. I don't know why it took that long to sell, honestly. I figured it would sell faster and better. However, I ended up selling it for $15. Happy to see it go, I guess. Not a whole lot of money coming in from it. It's one of those things where it's a DVD and a plush, so I don't know if I can technically ship it media mail. I'm actually not even sure if it's an option. That is showing media mail, but honestly, it's about the same price without media mail, so it's no big deal. So I got this Tripoli mat at a rummage sale for $0.25. It wasn't in perfect condition. Usually I sell these on Amazon. I believe they sell for about $25-30. It's been a while since I've sold one, actually. This one with a little bit of wear, I just put on eBay for $12.99 plus shipping. Got it about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years ago. Wasn't even sure if it was going to sell, honestly, because I think like a corner had a tear on it. Most people are just going to buy the one that doesn't have the tear for $20 or whatever. It sold though, $13 plus shipping. You know, in the end, I'm still making about a $10 bill, which is where I want to be for the time it takes to list something like this. Here's a Tonka truck I sold. I got this at Goodwill for $6.99. Sold it for $30 plus shipping. Took about 3 weeks to sell. Would have got more money. Has some rust on it, but I'm happy with the sale. Here's an American Girl doll. I got this along with some other American Girl doll items for $30. Unfortunately, I did not realize that one of the fingers were broken off, so I only sold this for $20 plus shipping. Sold within about a week. It's also got, you know, some nail polish and stuff on there, so not in great condition. Still, once I sell the whole lot of stuff, I'm going to make some good profit. Got these new without tags or box Eddie Bauer boots at Goodwill for $5. Was able to sell them for $30 plus shipping. They took about 4 or 5 months to sell. Eddie Bauer, not a great name. I bought them because they were new. Picked up this Rudolph keychain at a Goodwill for $1.99. Was able to sell it for $15. Took over 1 year to sell, but it was easy to list, easy to store, and I made some money. Sold some more of these vests I got on clearance at Lowe's, got like 15-20 cents a piece into them. Sold them for $10. Here's a Swoops helicopter sale. Kind of funny because I was just talking about this in a video that came out today, or at least the day of me recording this right here. But I said I usually sell these for $30 plus shipping, but for some reason I priced this one $35 plus shipping, and it was taking longer to sell, so I was just going to lower the price. Well, it sold right after that for $35 plus shipping. Paid $3.99 for it at a Goodwill. Took about a week and a half to sell. Here is a War Machine figure. Got this at a garage sale. I believe I paid $2 or $3 for it. Don't remember exactly. I remember the garage sale very well because that's where I got the $1,600 in Seal Ninja Turtles stuff. I got those for $5 a piece, so I know I didn't pay too much for it. It's not worth a whole lot. Sold it for $23, so made a little bit of money in the end. It has some packaging damage. Took a little over a year to sell. Here's a Kingsley faucet. Got a couple different faucets like this at a garage sale. New open box. The owner said that they had never used them. Decided to go with something else. I paid $15 each for them. Sold this Kingsley one for $150 plus shipping. Took about 5 months to sell. Here are some Fire King plates. I got these the same day I picked up the jadeite mugs that I ended up making $1,000 on. Got quite a few of these. I'm selling them in lots of 5. They're not worth as much as, you know, the jadeite mugs or anything. Selling them for $25 plus shipping. But at this point, you know, I'm definitely in the green on that buy. So this is just some extra icing on the cake. Got a few different models of these first gear scale cars. Got them at Goodwill for $5.99 a piece. I think I got 5 of them maybe. Sold this one for $40 plus shipping. Got one more left, so made decent profit on all of them. Has been listed for a little over a year. Here's a Nike Michigan Wolverines hat. Got this at Goodwill for $2.99, and I sold it for $28, so not bad. Took about 2 months to sell. Sold one of these Ox coffee bottles. Got quite a few of these at Lowe's 1 year. $5 a piece. Was able to sell this one for $25. I'm selling my final ones new with some wear because they got dust on them and stuff. Some small scratches on some of them, so just selling them like that. But overall, I made quite a bit of money on these Ox coffee bottles. Here's the last of these Black & Decker under the cabinet lights. Got these at Lowe's for $10. Sold them for $40 plus shipping. And it took over a year to sell them all. Here's a decent pair of Yadro boots. I got these at Goodwill for only $5. They're in great condition. They're sort of the budget brand, though. They're not worth a whole lot. I sold them for $45 plus shipping. You know, just the made in China basic ones here, but still, they only took about a month to sell. Got this Mizuno glove at a thrift store for $1. Sold it for $20 plus shipping. Took about 3 months to sell. Picked up a decent amount of gloves at a rummage sale one day for $1 a piece. Just bought them, didn't really research them. This is a pretty good glove, pretty valuable one. However, it just had a little bit too much damage. I still listed it for $15 plus shipping, and it did sell. Took about 5-6 months to sell. Figured it probably would because it was a better glove even in this condition. Somebody will probably refurbish it. Got some shoe sales. I got these Nike Reacts at a rummage sale for $1. Sold them for $25 plus shipping. Took about 5 months to sell, I believe. Also got these Z-Coil shoes. I paid $5 at Goodwill. They have a little bit of wear, but I was still able to sell them for $49 plus shipping. Now, obviously, when I say plus shipping, I get $49, and then the buyer pays shipping on top of that, which is how I ship pretty much every one of my items over £1. But Z-Coils are a great shoe to look out for if you can find them. These took about 2 months to sell. Then I got these Merrell shoes I paid $5 for at a Goodwill. Sold these for $35 plus shipping in great condition. I believe those took about 4 or 5 months to sell. Shoes can sometimes take a long time to sell. Sometimes they're quick, but they're a steady source of income. Here are some pieces from an American Girl pop-up camper. Got one with a doll for $30, and I was going to sell it for, I don't know, around $100, it seems like, something like that. But it was missing some pieces, had some damage, and because it's so big and it would cost so much to ship, it just wasn't worth selling in that condition because nobody would pay for what it was worth, so I'm parting it out. Sold these pieces here for $25. Took about 3 weeks to sell. Got a bunch of these coax crimp tools at a Lowe's a few years ago. Got them for about $1.50 a piece. Sell one every now and then for $14. Now, I believe I had like 20 some of these, so money trickling in over the years. Here's an RS surfboard modem. Got this at Goodwill for $4.99. Was able to sell it for $40 plus shipping, and it took right around a month to sell. Not bad. Here's another board game I sold from the collection I got. Sold this one for $90 plus shipping. Took about a month to sell. I believe I'm probably in the profit now on these board games, considering I've sold a few. Still got plenty of great ones to sell. Got this Monster High Mega Block set at a Goodwill for $2.99. Was going to sell it on Amazon, I believe, for around $40. What I didn't notice is it has this Try Me button, which doesn't work, so because of that, I just decided to sell it on eBay. Also has a little bit of box damage. I sold it for $18 plus shipping. It took about a month and a half to sell, so I made some okay profit on it. Here's a great flip. I got these Solomon shoes at a Goodwill for only $5. New without tags, never worn. Was able to sell them for $65 plus shipping. They only took about 3 months to sell. I love when I find cheap, amazing shoes. Next, I sold something on the shelf, and it is this Oregon Trail little handheld game made to look like an old Commodore computer, I guess. I priced this pretty much the highest on eBay at $40 plus shipping just because I kind of liked it. So I'm a little sad to see it go. I believe I paid $3.99 for it at Goodwill. It took, I don't know, probably around a year to sell just because I priced it higher, but I made some great profit on it in the end. Got these 3 headlights at an estate sale for $1 a piece. I was going to sell them individually. I'm just not 100% sure they are new. Looks like maybe it could have been restapled. The previous owner has written on them, so I don't know. I just lotted all 3 together. I got $37 for them, so I'm happy for what I paid. Sometimes these vintage headlights can be hundreds of dollars just depending on car model and all that, but I'm happy with my purchase. Here's a Rawlings RBG 36 glove. These are pretty common. A lot of them on eBay, but they do sell if you price them right. Got this one for $2.99 at a Goodwill. Was able to sell it for $24 plus shipping. Took about 2 weeks to sell. Here's a new with tags Animal Crossings plush. Got this at Goodwill for $3.99. Sold it for $23 plus shipping. Took about a month and a half to sell. Got a couple of these LED post lanterns on clearance at Home Depot. Paid $25 a piece for them. Was going to sell them on Amazon for a bit more, but I sold them on eBay for $100 plus shipping. Amazon was doing the weird thing saying they were hazmat, and for this particular item, I couldn't get it removed for whatever reason. So I just put them on eBay, and it took about a month and a half, and the first one has sold $100 plus shipping. Got these Nike KD shoes at a sale for $2. Ended up selling them for $15 plus shipping. I guess because they had some wear. Looks like a little bit. Normally I wouldn't buy shoes, to sell them for $15, but I probably didn't notice. I'm guessing. I don't remember exactly. But I made money in the end. Here is the last of these paper towel dispensers I got at Goodwill, new in box for $5. Sold it for $20 plus shipping. The In Motion is kind of a Vero item, so I never mentioned that in the description or anything like that because it can get flagged. I just wanted to move them. Probably could have sold them for a bit more. They're worth a bit more, but just wanted them out of here. $20 plus shipping. Couple very nice shoe sales here. I got these Kiss Crocs, new with tags. Got these last year at the garage sale where I got a bunch of brand new Crocs like this. It's where I got the Carol G Crocs I sold for $4.50. 2 pairs of Nightmare Before Christmas I sold for over $100. Multiple other ones, and unfortunately only got 1 pair of these Kiss. I was able to sell them for $140 plus shipping. Very much in the profit on that deal for sure. I think I'm going to make about $1,600 once all the Crocs sell. And I sold this pair of Hoka shoes. I got a Goodwill for $5. Sold them for $40 plus shipping. These only took about 3 days to sell. So happy to ship these out and cash in. Sold a vintage Texas Instruments Speak and Spell. Got this at Goodwill for $4.99. Sold within 2 days for $45 plus shipping. The ones with the raised buttons, they do sell a bit better it seems, but it's tested, working, and it's so quick. I like it. Sold this Black Panther, what is this, Hasbro Heroes figure. Anyone remember? It's been about 2 years ago. I got 3 big bags of these at Goodwill. Ended up making hundreds of dollars, lotting them out, selling some individual. This one apparently should have been in a lot because it took forever to sell. I believe this is the last one. But I sold this one for $13. Ended up being a phenomenal buy. Here's a food processor, La Machine 2, or at least the base. I've already sold the other parts for profit. Sold the blade blade and the other piece that sits on top here for $40. Paid $5.99 at Goodwill, and I've sold this piece for $15 plus shipping to finish it off. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If I remember right, I was just parting it out because you made more money parting it out rather than selling the whole thing complete. Here's a vintage globe. I got this at Goodwill for $4.99. Ended up selling it for $29.99 plus shipping. Buyer paid $22 shipping to get it, and it only took about 3 or 4 days to sell, so not bad. I thought it was going to sit a bit longer than that. Usually when I buy globes, they can be a little long tail. Now this one went quick. There are a couple of shoe sales. I got these Vans at a Goodwill for $4.99. Was able to sell them for $20 plus shipping. Took about 2 weeks to sell. And I also got these at a Goodwill for $4.99, and these are New Balance shoes, and they're actually new without tags. I was able to sell these for $115 plus shipping. I think I sold this pair already and they were returned. That might have been another pair, but either way, I sold them for $115 plus shipping. So I bought a Dukes of Hazzard RC car, paid $20 for that. This was with it. I didn't think it was going to be worth much, but I did some research on it, and I was able to sell it for $29.99. So I'm glad I looked it up. I was just going to bundle it with the car, but sure enough, I saw some selling between $20 and $30, so I tried $29.99 and sold. It only took about a week to sell. Here's another game from the game board lot I bought for $440. Got about $20 in each game. Sold this one for $60 plus shipping. Sales just keep coming in on these. Here's a 49ers hat. I got this at Goodwill for $1.49. Was able to sell it for $30, and it took about 3 weeks to sell. Not bad. Here's some great shoe sales. I got these Crocs with all the other Crocs I got at a garage sale. Paid $12 for them. These are Post Malone Crocs. Sold them for $180 plus shipping. They did take over a year to sell, and I think that's because the size is very small. I have another pair I'm waiting to sell as well. Of course, I think I've mentioned many times at this point, I sold the Carol G's for $450, and once I sell all the Crocs, I'll make about $1,600. It was a phenomenal find. And this is a good find as well. These Nike Shox, got these at Goodwill for $5. Was able to sell them for $65 plus shipping, and they took about 3 weeks to sell. Was able to buy these shoes as soon as they came out at a Goodwill for $5. They're Hush Puppy shoes, brand new. I priced these kind of high just because they were new and it looked like maybe they would sell, and they did. Sold them for $60 plus shipping. They took about a month to sell. I got about 30 so of these at Lowe's a couple years ago. They're just some Craftsman screwdriver set. I believe I paid around $5 a piece for them. They've been slowly selling over the years. Sold it for $18.95, so it's not big profit, but quality item, and really only took 5 minutes to list all 30 since you can do quantity, so making smaller profit is worth it on something like this to me. Here's a new Miracle Blade 3 set. I got these at Goodwill for $11.99. 11 pieces. Was able to sell it for $55 plus shipping. Took about a week and a half to sell. Sold a Bose radio. This is the one. It does not have a CD player in it. This was a local buy for $20, and I sold it for $60 plus shipping, and it took about 4 days to sell. If you price Bose right, they'll sell very quickly. Picked up some of these garbage disposals at a Home Depot. Got $20 a piece into them. Sold one for $60 plus shipping. Took a few months to sell, but since they clearance them out, there's a lot of people selling them, so I'm just waiting to get my price. Picked up this Hunter x Hunter little backpack at Goodwill for $5.99. Was able to sell it for $30 plus shipping. Took about 3 or 4 months to sell. Got these Ninja Turtle toys. It was a local buy. I paid $25 for both of them. Sold them as a bundle for $60 plus shipping. I believe these took about 9 months to sell, but ended up making some okay profit on them. Here is Silent Victory. This is a war board game, part of the big lot I paid $440 for. Sold it for $115 plus shipping. Took about 3 weeks to sell. More profit from the lot. Picked up this Tommy Hilfiger bag at a garage sale. Paid $5 for it. Was able to sell it for $20 plus shipping. Took about 3 months to sell. Certainly not a bad flip. Here's a new tone door chime box. I got this at a rummage sale. Bought it blind for $1. I sold a really nice vintage new tone door chime. It was about a $200 one. I ended up selling it for around $100, I believe, because it had some damage. This one's actually missing the chime button. I was able to get $20 for it though. For paying $1, you know, I made some okay profit on it, but I wouldn't want to pay more than $1. Managed to get this pair of Burton snowboard boots at a Goodwill for only $5. Sold them for $65 plus shipping. They took about 2 months to sell is all. I love finds like this. Here's a sealed Scooby-Doo figure. I got this locally for $25. I was able to sell it for $65 plus shipping. Took less than a week to sell. Actually, less than 2 days to sell. Here's a vintage Cabbage Patch Kids pony. Got this at Goodwill for only $4.99. Was able to sell it for $30 plus shipping. Took about a month and a half to sell. Unfortunately, a lot of the Cabbage Patch Kids stuff from the 90s, even the 80s, really a lot of it just isn't worth a whole lot, even new. But still, you know, after fees and everything, it's a $20 bill profit, so I'll take it. So I bought this Battleship Advanced Mission at a Goodwill for $3.99. It was taped up quite a bit. When I ended up opening it, to my surprise, it was filled with Lionel Train stuff, which is why you always open boxes at thrift stores, because you just never know what's in them. In this case, it's not bad because I was still able to make some money on these. I decided to do an auction because I didn't want to sell them individually. It'd take more time. A few of the pieces just weren't selling for a whole lot, so I didn't want to just sell a couple and have all the others sitting for, who knows, maybe years. So I just put them all together in a lot. Started it at $9.99 plus shipping, and the auction ended at $25 plus shipping, so made some decent profit on them. Like I said, I probably could have made a bit more money if I would have done it long term and put in the more work, but I'm happy with this. Here's one of these Scrubbing Bubbles automatic shower cleaners. Found this new at Goodwill for $3.99. Was able to sell it for $75 plus shipping. Took about 4 months to sell. It's got a couple extra refill bottles in it, so hopefully it doesn't spill out. I'll probably draw some arrows on the box saying this side up, try to keep it up like this, prevent that, but you know, that's probably not going to happen in the world of shipping. Regardless, some great profit. $75 plus shipping, only paid $4. I ended up buying like 3 totes filled with random toys at a garage sale for $20. Mostly because I didn't know what was in those totes, but I did see a lot of these vintage Playmobil toys, and there was a lot in there. I've broken them into different lots. This lot right here, I ended up selling for $50 plus shipping. Took about 3 or 4 months to sell. I think I have another lot that I have priced about $50 as well. And I found some other decent toys in there, so it ended up being a great pickup in the end. Got a couple of these Hampton Bay chandeliers at Home Depot for $35 a piece. Ended up selling this one for $88 plus shipping. Took about a month and a half, 2 months to sell max. Just going to ship it in the box like this, which I disclosed in the description on eBay. Probably put a few fragile stickers on there just in hopes that they don't bang this box around too much. But honestly, putting this in a box is not going to save it if it was to be dropped. It's all about the packaging inside of here, so not a bad flip. Here's another one of the games from the game lot I spent $440 on. Got about $20 into it. Sold it for $80 plus shipping. There it is, everybody. That's what I had to show you today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know a lot of people look forward to the sales videos. Love to have it on in the background while you're listing and getting some work done. I also like seeing videos like this myself on YouTube. It motivates me to get to work, get some sales, get listing done. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same way, if you get motivated when you see other people actually selling stuff. But before you go, please hit that like button for me. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.